This is project 1 video number 3, the one in which I document the code that I just wrote. I can get the editor back up by double clicking on the file name over here, and let's in the very first line I should say what it does. I'll put %. That means this is a comment, it's not part of the program, and I'll say %me lost calculates, and again this is some creative writing in here. You want to use your own words in here, don't just copy mine. But I think what it does is to calculate the percentage the mechanical energy lost when I'm going to see if I can turn a word wrap on here, wrap the comments. So when an object of mass 1 moving at an unspecified velocity, because it just doesn't matter, collides inelastically with an object, and I should call that M1, of mass M2 equals 1 kilogram, and I'll say completely inelastically, which means the two of them stick together and move off as one. %me lost calculates the percentage of the mechanical energy lost when an object of mass M1 moving at an unspecified collides completely inelastically with an object of mass M2, where the object of mass M2, and looks like I may have lost my wrap the comments thing, is initially at rest. Alright, I'm going to go I call the argument that the user has to provide a value for to the function in order for the function to run the input variable. So quite often you might have input variables. That I need %. I want that to be a comment as well. I'll call it input variable. So my entire list of input variables, it's just one M1, which is the mass of the moving object, and then output variables, just one, and that would be % mechanical energy lost. I'll do a Control C, Control V, and that's more or less self-explanatory. Percentage of the mechanical energy loss. I said that M2 was 1 kilogram, so this line of code people should be able to understand. I'm putting the 1 kilogram stored in the variable M2, And then this is straightforward as well. So I don't think I need to give additional explanation as to how the code works or what it's doing. I got to put my name in here. So I can put it right here. Obviously you want to put your name at this point. And I'll make an additional line just for readability for humans. Then see what else we got here. We got to give attribution. So I'll go down to the end here and go. I'll put the percent right at the beginning of the line. Percent. Let's say attribution. I'm going to try Shift Tab and see if that'll move it over to the left, or Control Tab. No. Just delete that part. And I'll say, don't you say this. If you looked at this video, you got to say, I used the video. But I'll say, I used no outside of, and I mean outside of MATLAB, resources in writing this code. Alright, I think at this point I'll save it, and then I want to take a look at the handout and see if I've done everything. So there's project number 1, write a MATLAB function, give the mass, use that mass. Number 2, to calculate, return the percentage of the mechanical energy that is lost, converted into other forms in the collision. Alright, that looks good. Let's see, do the grading checklist. Complete algebraic solution. Outline of the steps, yep, I had that in there. Point for reasonable, yeah, I certainly did a reasonable attempt at writing it. And I saved it as a .m file. It's got to be a .m file. 1 point for a program that works properly. Must correctly do what it, and print nothing to the command window. And let's see if it can print the answer and only the answer. I mean, nothing extra. Let me show you exactly what I mean in there. So for instance, if I left this semicolon off and save that, go to the command window and run that baby, I get it printing out M2 is equal to 1 as opposed to just giving me the answer that when I run it. So all you should get is answer equal and what it turns out to be equal to. Let's see what happens if I leave the other semicolon off. I'll save it that way. And there it's printing the M2 is equal to 1. It prints %ME lost, and then it gives me the answer, and I'm supposed to get nothing but the answer. So, and I think of that as, it's this line of code that's printing that out as opposed to my function. So nothing should be printed out inside the function. And if I put those semicolons in there, nothing is printed to the screen inside the function. So there we go. So that part's good. So let's get back to here. Print nothing to the command window. So nothing inside the function is printed to the command window. 1 point for documentation. Graphs, we got no graphs, so we're cool there. Got to have your name. I put my name in it. Code must be documented. A comment stating what the function does. So that's that first line up here. This says what it does. And you can check I do have my name there. And then What else have I got in here? It takes arguments, what each argument is. I count those input variables, so that's cool. For the case of a function that returns one or more values, comments must be included that state what each return variable is. So there's the argument. I consider that an input variable, and then the return variable, the output variable. So I got that covered. And I think that's it. Oh, no, here we go. We got more. So for the case of a function that includes segments that are not self-explanatory, all mine were self-explanatory. There were only 2 lines of code, and it was pretty obvious what was going on. And then you must provide attribution, a comment giving attribution to whatever resources, and make sure you give credit to the videos. Credit to me if you use my videos. Alright, I used no outside resources in the writing of this code. So I'd say I've got it documented. I've got it saved. You can see that that save box is grayed out. And now I just have to submit it.